Welcome again to Renton Airport. The manoeuvres we're going to be doing today are ground reference manoeuvres. And some of you may find it a little unusual that we're doing ground reference manoeuvres in a DA42 light twin, but they're actually on the ACS for the check ride, for the flight instructor check ride. Typically they're done for the single engine flight instructor check ride, but when I was doing my multi-engine as an initial check ride, they were included there as well, so I had to be prepared for them. I didn't end up actually doing them on the check ride. It's optional, it's the choice of the examiner, but they're certainly for fair game. And the manoeuvres we have to consider are rectangular course, S-turns, and turns around a point. So these are all the ground reference manoeuvres at the private pilot level that you have to be proficient at as an instructor. So anyway, looking forward to having you along here today. We'll get going for soon.
Southeast practice area, Twin Diamond, 62 Delta Lima, just southwest of Black Diamond, southbound towards Endeavour. We're going to be doing ground reference manoeuvres in the area, Southeast practice. So this area around here is really terrific for ground reference manoeuvres because you've got a lot of farming area and long roads with 90-degree sections.
465 Echo Papa is 2.5 north of Black Diamond at 2,500, transitioning to the southeast.
So you may be able to see down below us there some long roads which just make wonderful rectangular courses. One thing you need to be aware of with ground reference manoeuvres is that it need to be done between 600 and 1,000 AGL. So how do you work out, because your altimeter is telling you MSL, so how do you work out AGL? Well, there's one good cheat, is that on your ForeFlight or Garmin Pilot, you can usually set up a field that gives a GPS indication of that. So that's what I'm going to be looking at today. See that now we're coming in on the GPS to 1200, we'll get down to 1000, and not seeing much in the way of wind today, which makes it a fun day for
a mile south of Black Diamond,
candidate.
To the south at 2,500 southeast.
There's a lot of traffic to look out for, but I think we might be more clear over here, just north of Endeavour, at least at the moment. We'll try to do a rectangular course first, and basically a rectangular course sets up like a traffic pattern. That's what it's meant to simulate. So we're just under 1,000 AGL here, so this is pretty much perfect. So 1,600, we'll aim for that. So rectangular course is meant to look like a traffic pattern. So we will set one up over here, and you join on the 45, just like in a traffic pattern. And so we'll go out this way and come in around 1,600 on the 45 for that, and then basically fly around the pattern. 1,600, that's good. No traffic on the screen, not seeing any outside as well. So here's the 45, we're joining. There's the downwind.
Southeast practice area, Cessna 5214 Foxtrot at 1,400,
Too low.
directly above White River Amphitheater. Practicing, it turns around a point, Southeast practice area.
Okay, there we are on the downwind, and we'll use this road here as the base. Now, with very little wind today, that makes it easy. But if we were on a windier day, let's say the wind was coming down this way, we'd be doing a tighter bank here.
Practice area, Skyhawk 465 Echo Papa is a mile south of Evergreen Sky Ranch at 2,000, descending down to 1,500 for ground reference maneuver southeast.
1,600, so there's the base, return final. We do have some traffic to our right, and so there's final, And finally, crosswind, we'll turn here. Still 1600, still just under 1,000 feet AGL. And set up for our crosswind. Now the standards for this, which I'm having to keep an eye on, are plus or minus 100 feet and plus or minus 10 knots. Here we go again on downwind. And that was good, the traffic stayed away from us. There we are on the downwind. Okay, so there's a rectangular course. That looked pretty good, although it was a bit easy today because we don't have wind. It's still showing only about 3 knots, so too easy. Okay, let's check for traffic. Southeast practice area, Twin Diamond 62 Delta Lima, just north of Eamon Claw 1700, ground reference maneuvers, southeast practice. We do some S-turns here and work our way up. We'll use this road here for that. Little high, so at 1700 seems to be a good altitude here. So here's the road. Go back to 35, that looks good. Come around. Remember, always join on the downwind. Let's get back down to 1700. Coming around okay. Yep, looks good. Roll out and then 1700. That was a little tight maybe, not terrible, but I think we'll have room to do one more. And then one more. Back up on altitude. It's a slight wind this way, so I'm just going to do a slightly steeper bank on this side. Okay, there's S-turns. Okay, last one to do in the ground reference maneuvers is turns around a point. So for turns around a point, we want to find a nice singular landmark. Water towers can be great for that, or a farmhouse or a barn. So this is a nice one to practice to simulate. You're in a situation, let's say you're taking a friend out, or you're a commercial pilot and you're taking a client out to check out some land and they want to get some photos. So one thing I like to do with me sitting in the right seat and on a check ride, the examiner sitting in the left seat, is make the turns to the left so the client, the examiner, gets the nice view. Just want to get down to our target altitude, so let's do that first. So we're not gaining altitude during the maneuver. Make a radio call. Southeast practice area, Twin Diamond 62 Delta Lima, just north of Eamon Claw at 1900, descending to 1700, ground reference maneuvers, southeast practice. And you know, typically we do this with the passenger on the downside so they get a nice view. But since the camera's over there, we'll do this one on my side, so we'll get a better view. Either's fine, but it's just a nice courtesy to do it with the passengers there. So there's a nice crossroads there, so I'm going to use that. And we're at 1700 to about 900 feet AGL. That's good for this maneuver. We'll stay at 1700. And start the turn now. good. 7800. There we go. There's the intersection. Keep an eye outside. Keep an eye on the screen. Keep an eye on altitude, airspeed. Good. Stay coordinated. We're getting some good photos there of the intersection. Traffic in the area, staying coordinated. High altitude. Good, 1700 and about 800 feet AGL. They were over a bit of a rise there, so probably 900 to 1000. There we go. Okay. Those are ground reference maneuvers.